guys, Dolly here. Welcome back to Gipsyrosepaperie. Welcome to all my new and current subscribers. Welcome to the Paper Gypsy Tribe. So today I just kind of wanted to play with the paper. It's been like a crazy start to the year, not just for me, but like in general, globally. I haven't really felt like crafting much. The last bit of crafting that I did was for my Goth book, and that is currently for sale. I think that book kind of drained me, and so I thought I would share it with you all. Kind of like when I feel like this is when I pull this guy out. And so this is just some scrappy journals that I made out of magazines a long time ago, and I just included different kinds of paper that I kind of had lying around, and I kind of bring these out whenever I'm just wanting to do something but I don't know what, and so I'll just start pre-prepping pages in here. So I have like 2 pictures that I kind of targeted for this journal here. So basically it's just like a scrappy journal. It's just so that I have a place to kind of stick stuff down kind of mindlessly without thinking, and I feel like that helps me whenever I'm feeling a bit yucky creatively. So everyone has stuff like this. This is stuff that we kind of accumulate from Happy Mail, from stuff we print, scraps of paper. I have a whole stack of scrappy stuff in here. I have some stuff that friends kind of stamped out for me. Again, more scraps. All these are pretty much scraps. So we're not going to think. We are going to go. So there's something in here. I'd love to hear, that's really cute. I'd love to hear from you guys what you all kind of do when you're feeling a bit blah creatively. That always helps me sort of get out of my own funk. So like I love watching Roxy Creations because I feel like she always is kind of like, let's just do this and let's talk. So that's kind of like what I'm doing here. I'm kind of taking a page out of her book, and we're gonna craft and just pre-prep some pages for this journal. So here I'm just adhering an envelope to this half page. I really like envelopes because you can kind of stick more stuff in there. You can stick more crap in there. I've been having a hard time lately kind of also just focusing on stuff because my cat's sick and I just really want her to get better, and she'll need to have surgery and recovery time, and that's all sort of just all I can think about lately, and it's hard to kind of try and create stuff when your mind is preoccupied, I feel like. So again, we're just gonna stick stuff down and not worry too much about the particulars. I almost made this into an ASMR video because really all I'm doing is just gluing stuff down and kind of showing you guys how to pre-prep your pages. I think it's good to have a book like this because, you know, we hold on to a lot of sort of paper scraps, and it's just good to have somewhere you can kind of dump that stuff. I feel like when it accumulates, I don't know about you guys, but it just makes me feel anxious. I feel like it's wrong of me to throw away. I don't know why I can't bring myself to just, you know, throw it away. But I feel like it's just wrong and I can't do it. And then it just ends up accumulating. Here, it's one of those, this journal. So this journal is one of those where it's not bound. So when you have these kinds of journals, you have 2 choices. You can put something in the middle to kind of make a makeshift like binding, or you could just leave it. But just know that, you know, when you separate everything, if you wanted everything to be fluid and kind of make sense, if you're doing a 2-page spread, when you kind of take it apart, it won't. So I would recommend just sticking something on there. I probably could just use this as it. Kind of like that. I like to use fabric tack to do that because you want to create a strong binding, otherwise your book will fall apart either way. So definitely do not use a glue stick for that. You want to use something a bit more extra strength, if you will. So this is the way I did my Halloween junk journal, the one that I used for like prompts and stuff. I kind of just made a makeshift bind like this, binding rather. And then now these pages are adhered and you don't have to worry about them coming apart. And I have some cute little stuff here, which I can add as well. So I highly recommend this kind of journal just as a place for you to creatively kind of dump all your stuff, you know, just kind of like therapeutic. So I'm not putting too much thought into any of this. I'm just kind of like going with the flow. And again, I'd like to hear from you guys what kind of things you do to kind of get yourself out of the funk. But this is what I'm currently doing. So we have some dictionary pages here. So yeah, it's kind of hard to craft and talk at the same time. I'd love to hear from you guys too, what kind of videos you'd like from me. I know I've gotten some requests for like ephemera type videos, but if I'm being super honest, I'm not really an ephemera type gal. I don't really enjoy I don't really enjoy creating ephemera. I know that's horrible. How dare I? I'm a junk journaler. I just feel like I've put so much time and energy and creativity into creating the book itself and into the construction of the book itself that I almost feel like I don't have it in me when it comes time to do the ephemera. I'm wiped. I'm totally, completely wiped out creatively afterwards. And so I guess I could probably just make the ephemera first or make the ephemera in bulk. But I feel like if I made the ephemera first, I get so excited. I get so crazy excited about the construction of the book that I have a hard time sort of creating anything else. I just want to get started with the actual construction of the book, specifically the cover is my favorite. And so that's why I'm not really an ephemera person. I guess I could create them in bulk. I recently saw a video by Rachel at Roxy Creations, and I think it was Carol Laws who she got the idea from, but that's what that looks like. Just want to show you. I could probably stamp some on here. And she does like this scrap paper roll from book pages. So I guess I could do that and then kind of create ephemera from that. But for now, we're going to do this. But yeah, I would be highly interested to hear what videos you'd like to see from me. I feel like junk journals in general are changing, or sort of like the vibe out there is kind of changing. I think the definition of junk journal is a lot more broad now, which is exciting, but it's also a little bit strange for me personally, because for so long I thought I had a pretty solid idea of, you know, what junk journal is, but it's metamorphosizing. It's becoming something new and it's exciting, and you know, I kind of want to also be part of that. There's a lot of like just actual junk journaling happening. So if you guys want to see more of that, like where I'm doing more of this stuff, where I'm creating spreads and sort of prepping pages to be journaled on, let me know. I can do that as well. I also forgot to mention that I reopened my Etsy shop. I unofficially had opened it because I had that commission journal, but then the buyer fell through and I just decided to keep it open and sell the book anyway at a discounted price, obviously, because it was somebody else's commission. But I'm going to use Fabric for this one because this is like a heavier cardstock. So then it turned into a, okay, I'm just going to open it so that they can pay for the commission journal. And then I was like, you know what, I'll just keep it open. So it's open. I have a few writing journals up there. I have some of the digitals that I had already had out. I have some of my photography that's altered and kind of spooky. And so I'll plan to add a little bit more to it. The issue that I have right now, which I'm sure you guys are just dang tired to even hear me say anymore. The issue that I have right now is school, and that's hard because the only reason I'm in school is for job security. I know that sounds terrible, but it's just for job security. Basically, I'm required to go to school and get a degree just so that I can keep my current job. It's not like it's for an increase in pay or anything. It's literally so I can keep working. And so it's a very frustrating, unhappy situation. I try to make the best of it that I can, but you know, it's hard because I don't want to be there. I don't want to, there's so many other things that I would have rather be doing, and I can't. And so for now, I won't be adding too much stuff to my shop because time-wise it's difficult. And for all of you that own Etsy's, you know what a chore it is to put listings up and type it out and get the pictures just right and do all the back-end work that you need to do to get the listing up. It's, you know, it's a lot of work. It's a job. It's, you know, we do it for fun, but it's also, you know, it's work, and it's not something that you can not fully commit to. You need full engagement. So I don't want to do things in a sort of lackadaisical fashion because, you know, I worked really hard to get my following and put my brand out there, and that's important to me. And I know it matters to you guys, and so I want to treat it like it matters. You know, I don't just want to do this, you know, just for fun, even though it is for, you know, it is a hobby. But I want to give it the time it deserves, if that makes any sense. That was a lot of rambling, I think, for just to explain why I'm keeping my shop open. But it won't really have a lot of new listings. Right now, I don't have anything I'm specifically working on. I'm sort of in limbo, which is why I'm doing this right now. And you're welcome to join me. You're welcome to join me. Grab your junky journal, or maybe you haven't made one. I'll link the video so you guys can see how I made it. There's like a whole series on it. This one looks pretty simple, and I think I will leave it be. I'm just gonna stamp a little bit on this one. If I can find the little stamp ink. Here we go. That one looks good. And so basically what I'm doing here, I think it needs a little bit something a little bit more, maybe here, something floral. And so what I'm doing here is just prepping the pages so that later I can add my pictures or my focal point or whatever it is that you want to add. This is just like your base. This is just your base. So that later you don't have to do all this background work. You can kind of just add your picture and do whatever else it is that you would like to do in here. So here, this guy was supposed to be a pocket. So I'm going to go ahead and sew this. Okay. So I make the pocket out of this here. I think I'm gonna put this tag in here. And then I might want to keep this for writing. So I'm not going to do anything with that. But I really do like kind of this picture. I have used this journal before for like writing. But I kind of like this here. I can kind of put this like that. So as you can see, it doesn't take very much to kind of prep. I already did 3 pages in the time that I've been talking to you here. It's just a good way to clear the mind, I feel like. A good way to kind of just still create, but not really putting so much emphasis and focus on what it's looking like, what it's coming out like. You're kind of just going with the flow. So let me know if you try this when you're feeling a bit stuck. This washi I got from Wish, I think. So if anybody was interested, it's like graph paper washi. And I just really like what it adds to the spread. So yeah, that's so far what we've done in here. We've kind of just prepped quite a few pages actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 if we're counting the other side, and 7. So yeah, that was a lot of pages in a short amount of time, and that way you feel like you're keeping up with everything and you're not kind of, you know, not creating or anything like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know of any other video suggestions down in the description box. I would love to hear. I hope you guys have a great day. I love you so much, and I will see you on the next one.